2014 and it is a science fiction film. The film, which is 90 minutes, was directed by Luc Besson. Scarlett Johansson, Morgan Freeman, Ming-Chi Choi and Amber Watt. These people are important players in the film.
The leading actor of the film is Lucy. Lucy is an ordinary young American woman who likes having fun. Lucy is studying in Taiwan and she flirts with Richard. They meet at a nightclub. Richard is a bad man. He has to deliver a mysterious briefcase to Korean Mr. Jang. Richard tricks Lucy and he cuffs her to the briefcase. Lucy hasn't other option, so she meets Mr. Jang, who is a dangerous drug lord. She is forced to work to Mr. Jang, such as a drug mule with 3 other men. And they transport the drug hidden in their abdomens to Europe. However, one of her captors kicks her abdomen and drug releases in her body. Soon, it enhances her brain capacity and it develops her physical and mental capabilities. Lucy's body undergoes unimaginable changes. Lucy turns into a merciless warrior. She kills her captors and she escapes. However, her power doesn't stop increasing. It is destroying Lucy. She needs to use more drug to stabilize her body. Lucy returns to Mr. Jang's hotel and she kills his bodyguards and she assaults Mr. Jang. She learns the location of the drug mules from his brain. After that, she contacts Pierre Del Rio, who is a policeman. He helps her to find the rest of drug. They find 3 packets of drug. Lucy takes them. She receives help from Professor Norman, who is an expert about brain capacity. So, she contacts Professor and she goes to Professor's lab. She provides his experiences and abilities. When she begins using percent 100 of her brain, she turns into a black strange material. And she gives a memory to transfer of her knowledge. After this, she disappears. She begins journey in space-time. Therefore, she is everywhere.
For us, the most interesting scene was when Lucy turned into something black and weird at the last part of the movie. Because we were surprised at these techniques. Actually, the movie was interesting and surprising from the beginning to the end. One of the other surprising and interesting scenes was that when she touched people, she can read their thoughts. Our favorite scene was to see how drug use affects her brain at first, because her reactions were unusual and impressive.
We chose this film because it is more different than others. Although it is a science fiction film, there are scientific truths in this film. Actually, we watch it enjoyably and we want to watch again. We recommend everyone who likes science fiction films.
Oh my god, I don't even remember. I think it's 10 years ago. Just this idea about talking about intelligence. But I was not intelligent enough at the time, so it takes me 10 years to write just one draft. But I want to play with that. I met a couple of scientists and I was amazed by what they tells me. It was just about the cancer, about the cells, the fact that we have, hundreds of billions of cells who communicate just together, like 1,000 signal per second per cell. The web is nothing compared to that. She's just a simple girl and she's gonna became the most ultimate knowledge on the universe. So I like to play with, you look stupid, you're intelligent, what's the, you can become one or the other. It was very interesting and very playful to play with that. So it starts with lots of conversation with big scientists. 12 of them were Nobel Peace Prize, and they're all of them in the ICM, the Institute for the Research about the Brain in Paris. It's a very beautiful center, and I work with these guys to make them talk. So I was fascinated, and I take all their information, and some of them you can make a film with it, some of them you can't. But I was just trying to find my food, I'm obliged to have a professor in the film because I have to tell what's true. So everything he said is 90% is real fact. And that's where the balance became to be very interesting, because you have her, which is purely entertainment. It's a film. But the other half is true, and it's, if you mix the two half, if you mix it fast enough, you don't know what's true, what's not. And so I need this professor because he's the authority of the film and who makes it possible. And it's also very interesting to see how a professor will react to something that he always imagined but he never seen. Morgan Freeman is just the ultimate professor for two reasons. The first, he's totally convinced about the theory because he's very aware of it. I didn't know before we met for the film, but he's really aware of it. He is excited about it. So it was a pleasure for him just to talk about it. And the second thing, he's such a good actor that everything he said, you believe it.
Luc Besson is a French film director, screenwriter, and producer. Besson was born in 1959 in France. He had been nominated for Best Director and Best Picture César Awards for his films Leon and The Messenger. He won Best Director and Best French Director for his sci-fi action film The 50 Elements. His sci-fi thriller film Lucy is France's biggest export success. The leading lady of the film is Scarlett Johansson. She was born in 1984 in New York City. She is quite successful. Already, she has a role in the films Lost in Translation, The Prestige, and Match Point. In 2003, she was nominated for 2 Golden Globe Awards, 1 for drama and 1 for comedy. After this, she appeared in Woody Allen's Match Point and was nominated again for a Golden Globe Award. The other actor of the movie is Morgan Freeman. This ever-popular American actor has grown into one of the most respected figures in modern US cinema. Morgan was born in 1937 in Memphis. He won an Academy Award in 2005 for Best Supporting Actor with $1 Million Baby. Lucy is a high-quality film. It includes different topics. People think if we use our brain in their entirety, everything will be better. But they don't think downsides. This film provides to see them.